this really started for me probably some time ago, back in 2016 when I got my job at primary school here at Cargan Bridge. At that time, it had been 2 years since Emma Ross had her cardiac arrest. And when I got the job here, one of the first things I wanted to do because of that was to get a defib for the school and the community. I was fortunate enough to raise the funds back then and get a defib installed in 2017, which actually happened to be the year that Emma passed away. I suppose fast forward until now, in the summer holidays, kind of a few months ago, there was a lot of chat about defibs. There was a couple of local businesses had fundraised and got them put in, and also the absolute amazing efforts of Currie Primary School, who had got and fundraised for their own defibs at the school. And I think that just kind of made me wonder, I wonder how many other schools still don't have one. So after some phone calls to schools, it became apparent that most of them, if not actually the majority of them, didn't have one. So I just decided that was probably the start of what is now called Emma's campaign. I then just took it forward, spoke to, I fortunately know a lot of good people. I have very little knowledge in all this stuff, but I do know people who do. So I got in touch with my friends Vicky and Paul at the NHS Dumfries and Galway Resuscitation Service, who were fantastic, gave me a lot of advice, a lot of support, a lot of encouragement about it. And then it was about, I suppose, how about raising funds. So there's a couple of friends of mine that run a competition site, and again, without hesitation, decided they could run a new competition that meant we could get enough money to get £10,000. So I thought, well, that's obviously a great starting point if that can happen. And then I got in touch with Roger and Leslie Hill, and that's probably where it all kind of took off from there. They'd already done a lot of tremendous work for their son in the memory of their son David, who passed away because of a cardiac arrest. So they had a lot of knowledge and expertise in this area already. They'd done already a lot of work and agreed to kind of tie in with me. So I kind of had a foundation there of people that I thought, do you know what, I've got the training there, I've got an idea how to get some money, and I've also got a couple of guys who know what they're doing, know about training, know about the defibs. So I decided to go for it. And before I knew it, it was on social media. I had another mass donation from the inspirational Anne Armstrong of the Armstrong Angel Trust, who donated, I think, in the second day, £10,000. So my target at the start was 12 defibs, but because of Anne's donation, I decided to up that to make sure that every primary school in Dumfries and the surrounding areas would get one. And it just took off. The people of Dumfries absolutely ran with this campaign. The support, just everything, they've been phenomenal. The donations, the sharing on Facebook, the buying of tickets. And in 22 days, because of that, we had raised enough money, not only for the defibs, but for also the maintenance of them as well. So it just, yeah, it's been a whirlwind, and it was I thought I would be here like in 2 years doing fundraising stuff, but because of this town, because of the people of this town, because of the businesses, the organisations, the schools, the individuals, we can proudly say as this town that we now have all of our primary schools covered in Dumfries and the surrounding areas, not just with defibs, but for maintenance and with training. CPR training will be available at all these schools as well. So it's a legacy that the whole town should really be proud of. I certainly am.